Hey, this is Peter with the Dawn Patrol from the blog Wargaming with Peter. I'll put the URL as a reply to the YouTube chat for this. We're going to go through turn 5, possibly turn 6. We'll see how the mood strikes here. I want to at least get a full turn in of ATG's Dawn of the Battleship. We're continuing. This is a long-term continuation of this solo play. Of Corfu challenge scenario from the ATG SITREP 61. This is for their rules, Dawn of the Battleship, which is one of my favorites of the series. Of course, the whole series is great. There's Dawn of the Battleship, there's Fear of God and Dreadnought, which is pretty much a continuation of this, which is a little expanded. With ranges are definitely expanded, rangefinders, the targeting and the probabilities are much different for Dreadnought era, World War One, etc., and interwar. There's also Command at Sea, of course, for World War II and beyond. I think that goes all the way up to about 50s / up to the missile era, basically. And then you have Harpoon 5, which takes on from the missile era, cruise missile era forward. And that's a great rule set too. Just for me, just for my personal tastes, I always find that pre-dread through dread is just the sweet spot for me. It's just there's a lot of technological changes going on. I love it, and it's kind of like a industrial revolution of naval warfare, if you will. It's the Mahan era, and up through into the Julian Corbett era, which I love. Julian Corbett, I think my long lost cousins of some form of really good writer, both of them, of course. We're going to get right into the meat of things here. We're going to kind of wing it as far as orders are concerned. The current situation is that, if you recall from a long while back, there was a big fog bank here, and these two Corfu squadrons were inadvertently kind of anchored near one another and didn't even realize it until the morning sun broke through the fog layer. So at the beginning of the match, there was a huge fog, and that kind of dissipated over a couple turns. And we did use it as kind of like a modifier to hit probabilities and so forth at the range, but they were short range, I believe, at the time. We're getting into the thick of things now. The French have taken a hit on the head here on the destroyer from A. I think that's the only one that's been hit. Yeah. The Italian Corfu squadron here, the Nembo, somebody's been hit here. I think it might be the cruiser. No, the Sparrow got hit, the destroyer Sparrow. Just to kind of give you an idea which this French Corfu squadron kind of came by it and is going in this direction. The Italian Corfu squadron is headed in this direction. Let's give you a better idea what way we're going. Southeast, southeast. Southeast by east, or roughly for them, and down here we're going about. It's like more like I like to use the cardinal direction southeast by south, or south southeast roughly, and south. It's probably more southeast by south. So we'll use this little indicator as needed. Keep it up here. We also have, this is Tom's nifty swifty little ruler thing too. We can use that as needed. What's kind of nice about it is he made the collider so it would go through the model. Oops, that's kind of messing that up. So that's how that works. I don't know what's going on there. So I'll do this right now. Only if we want to hair split some courses and so forth. This is another little cool tool that Tom had built. Kind of helps you figure out the torpedo chart to use for in Battleship rules. jargon. That's that. We also have a knots, inches per knots in 3 minutes tactical tactical increment or tactical turn ATG form. ATG for ATG rule sets. Each turn is 3 minutes. In fact, you would, for 1 knot, you would obviously go 1 nautical mile in an hour. So in a 3 minute increment, you'll go 0.4 inches. Over the course of an hour, you would go 8 inches. I believe that's an inch for 250 yards, I think is the default scale. So per inch. And in our maps, I tend to use these as grids as inches just because it helps me scale the maps a little easier. So every grid increment here is an inch. So this is about 8 inches is about a nautical mile. And again, that would be split that. Each inch is 250 yards. So it is 2,000 yards to the nautical mile, roughly. It's not perfect, but close enough for horseshoes, hand grenades, and on the battleship. Right. We are at the top of the 5th. From is going 13 knots here. I tend to, just for giggles, and any individual line or formation, usually would have a flagship. In this case, I put it on both because Carlo's. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, Carlo is just going a little slower right now. Let's check that. Carlo Alberto Cruiser Italian. I'm gonna go check. It's a speed capabilities. Let's look at Italia BB. No, it's not it. Re Umberto. Is that the Re Umberto? What is that? No, it's the cruiser. Carlo Alberto is a Vettor Pisani cruiser. In service 1898. It is medium-sized, coal reciprocating, armor rating 10F/3, and we'll get into that as we start getting hit and so forth. Okay, so what is that max? The Carlo Alberto has a max speed of 18. Has it taken any damage? No. I'm going to go ahead and bring this guy up to 18 knots. I think I can do that. Take a look at the max acceleration, but you know what? Let's go ahead and look that up because it's been a while since I've played this. Movement. Ship movement, speed change. Player speed changes. In the plotting phase of tactical, the amount of acceleration reduced our deployed device of size. Okay. Where is that again? That is in, there's an acceleration chart. Here we go. The warship size. Roberto. It is a medium. So let's look at the medium acceleration. We are 13 of 18, which my head math is not good, y'all. So just bear with me. So we're at 13 of 18. Just trying to get the percentage. We are at the 72% mark. So we're in the first column here. Acceleration per tactical turn from 0 to 75% max speed. We are a fast ship has a maximum speed of greater than or equal to 18, and I believe it is 18 is its max. So it is considered a fast ship. So it's a fast B. So acceleration per tack turn is 4 knots. So I can actually go to 17 knots. We were at 13, so we're now up to 17. We're getting near max. The Nembo is currently at 18 knots. Let's go take a look at that ship real quick. Nembo, Italian Nembo. The max is 30. We could start hauling it here. We are definitely possibly wanting, I don't know if we want to do that or not. This guy's been hit. I'm just trying to think of it from their commander's perspective, what they see right here. So this cruiser obviously sees the nearby French line. It's concerned with its own health and welfare, but it does know that they've damaged Frame pretty considerably, and it's slowing down. We need to make a note of that, make sure we slowed it appropriately. Let's get the peak. We got the Yatagan, the peak, the Epee, and the Donto Castel cruiser. We have not damaged the cruiser. I think, let's think about what this commander would want to do. I mean, he knows he's got friendlies not too far off. Multiply this times 250. We got 20 times 250. That's how many yards? So 5,000 yards divided by 2,000. That is 2.5. We are 2.5 nautical miles between here and here, between the cruiser and the closest fleet ship, which is the Umberto Battleship. So if we can kind of, so there's a couple thoughts here. We can, realistically, we want to start. The big boys are over here, or at least there's several cruisers coming. There are 2 battleships, the Massena and the Brennus battleships. And then there's a destroyer flotilla here, there's a cruiser line, and another. So this is a pretty powerful little navy coming here. Let's go through here too as well, just while we're doing this. Battleship Umberto, Italia with troops. I think the goal is to ultimately be able to anchor the troop ships, I think, here safely towards the end of the scenario, if possible. I need to go look at the victory conditions. I'm not too concerned about that right this second. And then there's also some small destroyer flotilla here. So again, Umberto, Italia, the Verto Bassani cruiser, and then a destroyer line for the Austro-Hungarians. Austro-Hungary ships are Kaiser Karl IV cruiser, Kaiser Franz Joseph I cruiser, Kaiserin Elisabeth, and then several destroyers for the German. This would be the Imperial German at this point in 1902. The first Bismarck cruiser and the Princess Wilhelm. So pretty. This is a great battle. This is a great scenario. I forgot to thank ATG, Larry, and Chris and crew for making this one. It's really good. I can't remember who wrote this. Let me go give proper props here. This is by Mike Harris, who I believe is also the author of Monroe's Legacy, along with good old Bob Eldridge, who I knew locally here in the Raleigh-Durham area. Great guy. Unfortunately, has passed on. You are missed, Bob. So this is in honor of Bob. So let us get ourselves. Let's see. Is this guy so damaged? Speed down 2 ratings on top of whatever it is down to QS. We're at the 17 of the 34. Let's go look at the Frame to see what speed he can be at. Its max is 26. Its damage is currently at 17 of 34. Okay, so it's down to 13. Okay, So I already marked that. So that it's down back. It's already down to. I already marked it down to its 13 knots, which is basically its max at this point. But then it's even saying speed down 2 ratings on top of whatever it's. Oh, wow. Really? Ooh, that's nasty. Hold on, let's look at that one more time. Wow, really? That means it's basically out of action. I don't understand why. Speed down 2 ratings on top, whatever it is, down to why. So it's down to nil. This guy's gonna have to just, we're just gonna put him off and put the flag. This guy's basically dead in the water. I don't remember what happened. It must have been some form of critical hit at that point. But it's if it's 2 ratings down, then it's powerless right now. Okay, I'm gonna just say it's immobilized. Let's see if I can put a little marker here. Put a little mobile marker on it. All right. All right. So interesting. All right. So this is gonna go. All right. So flag is there anyway. So how fast is this guy going? 12. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see. What do we think we want to do with these guys? Do we want to turn them out? This guy is damaged. I don't know if we want to maybe. So he would be going 8. So I think I'm gonna turn him in away just to get him a little bit away. He's pretty damaged. Which might bring him kind of like over here, so he's still. Where's he at? Yeah, it's not too bad. These guys are about 16, 17, 16. All right, these guys, let's go ahead and bring up the French here. These guys are going about as fast as I want them to go anyway. So 17 knots. Just the max on the battleships. Let's go check that Mastodon. I think they're both. I think the Brenna and the. Oh, no, Mastodon is its own class. Okay. It is a surface speed max of 17. Brandis has an 18. I think everybody's going 17 just to keep going. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna bring these guys up. I don't know if I'm gonna get too fancy. Otherwise, 17 is 6.8 inches. Let's get these guys up. Okay. Just bring everybody up. Technically, these destroyers could start speeding up, which might be the worst idea to get them up and over to start possibly causing some problems. Matter of fact, we probably will do that. I will speed them up, and they're going to kind of maybe go over here and kind of give these guys some heading from the port side. All right, we will do that. Keep them okay. So the Durandal, let's check that. Max speed of 26 currently. Okay, so it's an E speed. Let's go check our acceleration. It's a fast E. It can accelerate 6. So we add 6 to 17, 23. So we're going to go 23 knots. So instead of 6.8, it would have gone. Let's go look at our handy dandy ruler. 23 equal 9.216. So we're gonna go, let's go 2.5 here. Oop. Speeding up here. So the Italian commander is reporting that they see a destroyer column separating from the main body. They can see right from this perspective, I guess, sort of. And some of the views here, actually the German, don't see much of this, but concentrate more here. So that's the French main body has moved. Let's go ahead and just finish the French moves here. The Farame is kind of pulled offline. Yet again, he's got a 13. I'm gonna say this starts at 13. Let's take a look if we might want to speed that up. Plenty of power, otherwise the dot strike us though. Let's set the speed of that. Dot Tricosta, excuse me. All right, so their max speed is 17. Are they 17? Not quite. Let's go ahead and bring them up. I think I can max. I think I can max 4. So let's go ahead and get these guys out. All right, so there's 16 knots. What about their turn radius? Ship turning distance for a class A. What's a class B? It's a medium. So for a class B, advancing is 300 yards. Speed loss per 45 is 3 knots. Are we turning in? Well, yeah, we're going about it. I got enough about 45. Right, so we're going to go at 16 knots. We'll go at least, just get them 1.5. We're going to see if we can increase that speed before they get going. So let's see how a fast E can go up to 6 knots more. So it's going to go 19 knots. Easily do that. So what's the distance on the 19? 7.6. That's going to go at least 6. Another 6. Oops. Try to screen my cruiser here. It's going to be over. I think. So check that and check the cruiser. I think that's the French moves entirely. Let's move up the Rambo, etc. I think what we'll do here is we'll expose the cruiser for a cruiser shot. We'll kind of bring the cruiser up. Let's do that. So just move these guys. These guys are going to go. No, they're 18 now. I think they can go upwards of the Limbo class. They go upwards of 30. No, so they get their size E very small. So they can go to 6. All right, so let's go 6 more. So that would be 24 knots. Left for the whole line. 24 knots will get us 9.6. They have to go a couple. So it's fine. 6 is 7.6. That's 7.6. It's going to pull up. Let's just tighten this up. We go run that. That's just 8. Yeah, about the free whatever. Go out there. Okay, so now we're 16. 16 would get us 6 inches. So 15 knots. Hey, we're getting good. 2. Go. 8. 5. Extra turns. 16. I'll just take them. Yes. That's about that. It's gonna be pretty rough for both. Interesting. All right, so we'll get at least one to the gunnery across the board. It takes a while to get through this game. Not really. I mean, if everybody's taking part in kind of pre-computing stuff, it's not that bad, but it takes a little bit of play. But it is worth it. Good. All right, so this guy is mobile. These guys, I'll just use these markers. Yeah. These little markers I got here. I was just using for turn. This I need a little bit. I'm using for pivot marks. Pivot markers. So this is where we're at after turn 5 moves. And so now we're going to start doing some. Let's do the cruiser on cruiser. I'm going to, I'm not going to give it. want to see if we can get some cruiser action here. I'll give them both leeway here, just based on the size of the models, scales, and so forth. And let's fire the French on the Italians first, just whatever it's closest to me. So the D'Entrecasteaux. Let's go look at that. There is D'Entrecasteaux. Oh, there we go. Cruiser. All right. It's got M1893 96 240 millimeter. It's got FA12. So I think it is. Let's see. Go look up the image of that. Okay, that is a. It's got some interesting shit. Those look like they're single barrel. There's two of them. They're single barrel though. Yeah, so there's two with one tube per, fore and aft. All right, so both of those should be able to fire. Yes. All right, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go look at our nifty swifty thingamabob. What is our range? We are at 10.7. Second. 10.7 times 250. We're at 2675 yards. So if we go to our, all right, we are at 240 mil. All right, 240 mil at 2675. That is in the long range. There's a 14% base. Here, long range, sea state of 3. So we have no modifier here. Visibility, we're not going to use the battle smoke. Firing ship not being fired upon. I think it is being fired upon. So we're not going to get that +2. Over concentration would be. I might. I think we're going to have probably this ship fire on this ship and these two fire on that. So we are going to have an over concentration. Well, no, it's not the same caliber. So, or excuse me, not the same shell size. Not the same gun size. So we don't use that. So we don't have these. Let's see, keep them around just in case we need for else. Coastal battery. Nope. Map. Nope. Firing ship is. I think greater than here. I think we're at -1 here. Okay. They did. Both change course by greater than 10 degrees. I think yes. Barely. So we'll use that. We're not slow firing, but we're not quick firing for that. So let's take that off. And then number of barrels firing, there's only 2, so we don't have a modifier on that. Now we look at the target. We are broad aspect. We kind of want to idea what that looks like. These are scales. This is how we determine that. Just nifty swifty little thingy-mabob there. You see how our guns are basically going to be firing right into the broad area. Basically where we where we hit it with a line from it. So we have the two turrets, which are effectively in advance firing into the broadside. They're firing into the broadside arc. They're not firing at an angle, and they're definitely not head on a beam or a stern. All right, so that's definitely just broad. Let's see what broad gives us. Okay, so the target is broad. We got -2. Not a land target. Size of the target is Carlo Alberto. Let's just go verify. Is B. So the target is B. So that's +1. So I'm just going to remove any that nullify each other. So these two nullify. Oops. These two nullify each other. And then the +2 and -2 nullify each other. And then everything is 0. So we're back down to the place where you even attempt. So it's a 14% chance. Lovely. After all that. Red will be the 10-digit. That is a miss. So that was it firing its primaries. Does it have any others? Does it have any others? Yeah, it has casemate 138s as well as, yeah, so there's a pretty good amount. There's PW, SW, PA, and SA. So let's go look at those. Arcs just to see what I think we're going to get like 4 or 5 seconds. Let's look at the chart picks for arcs. PW and SW. Yeah, that definitely PW definitely will. Basically, the P's on here will get it. Shit. Okay. Yeah, PW, PA will not. So the PW will. Okay, and then we got casemates. The casemates will definitely. So we got 4 casemates, and then no, excuse me, shoot, 8 casemates, and then 1 additional. Yeah, 1 additional PW. The PW will get it. I don't think the PA will. Okay, so that's 9 tubes. So we'll use that when we do it. All right. So this is a 138 mil. Let's see if that's on the Corfu. Let's see if it's in the Corfu. The French 139. Is that what this is? Give me a second. No, it's a 138.45. So that's probably on the Monroe's Legacy document. Let's go look at that. 138. 138 guns. France. 138.45. I got it here. right, let's rotate. And so 138 got the long range. 10. Okay, 10 is 3. These are the 1887s, right? So 10 is 3 damage. Is 11. Use a composite or use an APC. We're going to use APC for 1900. Let me double check the model. Ew. Oh, okay. This is the 1891-93. All right, so okay, so we're going to use the AP. What are we doing here? This is M. These are M 1891-93. I don't. Those aren't in. I'm gonna have to just. Okay, there it is, right there. Okay, so we'll use the APC rounds. No, we're not there yet. So yeah, we're at 1902, so we'll use the APC rounds from 1900. But we need to see if it hits. All right, so this is a 138. 138 mil at that range is a 12% base. Anybody else firing the same? No, we I don't believe that somebody's going to be firing the same caliber size of gun or shell. All right, so the splashes won't be an over concentration. All right, so the C state's 3 for a B is 0. Firing ship is being fired on. Over concentration, we're not doing over concentration. Firing ship is at 16 knots. So it's greater than 12 but not the next one. So it's -1 there. So 0, -1. Did they change? Yes, we did. We did denote that last time. Not slow firing. Is it quick? Are these quick firers? These are not quick fire. No. Okay. So that would have helped, but that's not the case here. So we got about 9+. So we're going to be a +4 here. That's pretty good. All these other ones we're not using. All right, so the target aspect still broad at 16. So it's snag 2 here. Okay. And then the size is B. Right, yeah, so +1 there. All right, so let's nullify. We got -1 and then +1, so that kind of nullifies. These two nullify. So we're at +4, so we multiply that by 2 based on this, or 8 plus the base. So we got 20% chance on this for a hit. Ooh, got it. He hit. Look at that. Hit with his base weight, case mates, and so forth. So because of the firing rate and the range, it's able to actually gut a hit with its secondary base weight. So that's cool. Now we do the. Let's just finish this, and then I have to get off of here for now. But it's a penetration of 10 and a damage of 11. So let's look at the rules again about the penetration and so forth. So let's see, over concentration, blah, blah, blah. We hit, blah, blah, blah. Rangefinders, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now we're going to damage. Let's go up to ship damage results. Applying damage, whatever it is. Hit by weapons, or damage. Okay, so the damage is, let's see, Let's see, penetration. When the ship is attacked by a weapon, compare the penetration ability with their armor rating where it's struck. If the weapon's penetration is greater than the armor rating, full damage. If it's not, then half. So the penetration was 10, and let's look at the armor value, pretty much broadside armor value of the carload. Let's go take a look at that. The vertical armor of the carload. Okay, Carlo Berto is 10F, so 10 Ferris. So that does not penetrate, so it's half damage. So the damage was 11. We go to 5.5, round up 6. So we're gonna take 6 on this. What's the original? The original damage point is 203. Good, right? So we take 197 up. I ain't gonna bother for a crit. It's kind of a piddly hit. All right. I unfortunately need to stop now. My son's kind of asking me to take him out. Let me save. Let me save it. Corfu after fires on CLRT. Okay. That was just a little quick run. As you can see, it takes a little bit, and mostly because I don't have form 10s at all of these. I need, it's kind of especially looking up the weaponry, it's a little bit cumbersome for Corfu because some of the weaponry, some of the guns are in the SITREP, and then some, as a matter of fact, most are in Monroe's Legacy, so you kind of have to hunt and peck on both. I think, at the tabletop, I would print out both and have it all ready and so forth. Unfortunately, every time I play this game, it's been a while since I played it, and it's going slow. But that's me, not necessarily the game. Okay, just want to say that. All right, that's it for now. I'm going to stop sharing and end it. So hopefully that was good. That we will continue again soon. Have a good one.